Hello friends, and welcome back to the European surface for another chilly morning out here on the range. We need to do several things today. Number one is going to be to set up our grow lights to make them automated. Number two is going to be to get some more resources and start working our way up towards trading. How's this doing? Oh, we're making solder in here, that's right. Okay, oh god, and the hunger's critical. When is it not? Am I right, gamers? So, things are not going well, but you know what? We persevere. All right, a bit of danger makes for excellent content. All right, so in order to set up the daylight sensor, we're going to need a daylight sensor. Thank you, by the way, to all the comments who recommended different ways to go about making this. I think that I've settled on one that it's the simplest possible way to do this. So we need a sensor, and we're going to need some logic. We're going to need a logic reader so that we can pull data from the sensor. We're going to need a batch writer so that we can write the output we want to our grow lights. I might actually need two of these because we've got that hydroponic station. I guess we could pull up the hydroponic station. We need to settle on one thing, either way. We're going to need some more logic. We're going to need to then get some memory so we can store a value. And I'll explain all this in more detail in a second. And then we're going to need a comparison unit so that we can compare the stored value to the value from the sensor. And these are all done by separate chips in Stationeers. The logic in this game is very, what do I want to use? Like very particulated. It's very segmented. I can't think of the correct word here, but there's a lot of like fidelity to it, which I think is unnecessary. I think it overcomplicates a lot of things. Like you can't just put a button down in this game. You have to like put down a button and then get up a logic reader so the reader could read the button state, and then you get a logic writer so that we can write the red state to the thing you want to press the button. Like, just give me a button. You know, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, but paranoid psychosis aside, let's go ahead and wire in all of this. So what we're going to want to do... Actually, you know what? Before we do anything, I think I want to turn off that light. Those plants need some darkness. Okay, and actually, you know what? While we're here, we should splice in the data ports on this thing, so that at least connects. We might need to use it at some point. And you know what? We're going to want the data ports on this guy as well, so let's do that. Okay, with a full stack of wires, we can go ahead and get this set up. So I think I'm going to go with grow lights and hydroponic stations, just because we can get a much higher density of crops. The benefit of this thing, I thought, was that it would turn the lights off itself, but it doesn't seem like we can actually do that. So instead, we're going to just do this the brute force kind of way. Okay, so we're going to want a daylight sensor, and I'm going to want to face this east. This isn't actually important, but if we decide we want to do a more complex setup later, this will save us some reprogramming. The east in this game is 90 degrees. So 0 degree, if you look in the bottom right next to my character portrait, 0 degrees is north, 90 is east, 180 south, 270 west, and then you're back to north. So we're going to want to face this east. I can't remember if the data port has to face the east, or this has to face the east. Yeah, actually, I have no idea now that I think about it. Maybe we have to do some reprogramming anyway. Alright, it doesn't matter. We're going to want a logic reader. This is going to pull data from the sensor. And then we're going to want a batch writer so that we can write to all of the grow lights we set up. We only got one right now, but we're going to have more. We'll have like 3 or 4. Okay, then we're going to want our math compare. This thing over here, logic compare. That's what it's called in this game. And then we're going to want our memory circuit, which we can just stick over here. Okay, lovely. We're going to have to wire all this up, so we might as well just do that first. And also, I brought in power from... Yes, right over here. Excelente. Okay, voila. There we go. All the cabling is laid out, just how we need it. So now we're going to get the old screwdriver and start setting this thing up. So, we're going to want to... Actually, you know what? Let me do this backwards. So, you take your labeler, and I want you to set the memory to 1. Okay, I'll explain this all in a second. Then we're going to start with our logic reader. We're going to... Let's name everything to make it clearer as well. So this is going to be our hydroponics daylight center. This is going to be our hydroponic... Oh, let's call this light sensor reader. Yeah, I like that. Light sensor reader. This is going to be light sensor batch writer. This is going to be light sensor compare unit. And this is going to be our light sensor memory. Okay, perfect. So we're going to want to read from our hydroponics daylight sensor. The variable we want to read is activate. Okay, that's basically saying, is this thing on or off? Right now it's off, there's no sun, so it shouldn't work. We turn that on. Okay, then we're going to want to take the input from our logic reader, which currently is reading 0. Alright, so we're going to take it from our light sensor reader. We're going to compare them. We're going to see, is it equal to the number we've set here, which is 1. Light sensor memory. Okay? Turn that on. Right now it's reading 0 because it's not equal. If it's equal, it will be 1. If it's 0, it will be... If it's not equal, it will be 0. So this reads 0. This reads 1. Those two things aren't equal, which means this thing produces a signal of 0. It's an off, basically. On or off. 1 or 0. Yes or no. 1 or 0. Then for the batch writer, our input is going to be from our compare unit, right? We want the output from this. We're going to write it to the grow lights, and the variable we're going to write is on. Turn it on. So right now it should be off, and it is off. Perfect. Okay. So what I've done is right now this thing is saying that there is no sunlight, meaning that it is giving a reading of 0. Since this is asking for a reading of 1, this thing is telling us that 0 does not equal 1, and therefore this is not true. This thing, therefore, does not tell the lights to turn on, right? When this reads 1, as in when there's sunlight, it will equal the 1 we've stored here within the logic compare unit, and then this batch writer will say, oh, okay, I'm now getting it will then output a signal of 1. This will be like, oh, wow, I'm getting a signal of 1. I'm going to send that same signal of 1 to all the lights, and because 1 means on and 0 means off, the lights will turn on because they're getting a 1. Right now, they're getting a fat 0, the biggest L you can imagine. Alright, so now we've got to wait for the sun to come up, and what should happen is the lights turn on when the sun rises. Now, if you're wondering why I've done it this way, the simple fact is that Europa doesn't get enough sunlight, meaning that if we just relied on natural sunlight, we would not have enough to grow our plants. It only gets like 18% to Earth or something. So that's not enough. So we're going to add the grow lights to supplement the grow time of these plants. Now, but there is enough darkness, right? Like when I'm not shining my light on them, these plants get enough darkness over the night to make up for the fact that they're getting a whole lot of light during the day. This isn't a perfect system. It's probably still going to give them a little too much light. We could close off these windows in order to simulate a proper day-night cycle. You know, then they'll just be getting 100% Earth light versus probably, 118% now. This isn't perfect, but it does mean that it's functional. We can work on fantastic later when we're not actively dying. Also, this is very close to being the right temperature. Okay, so the sunlight has come on, so we should see the grow light turn itself on now. This won't affect the hydroponic station. Remember, we're only writing to the grow lights. And yes, indeed, it is turned on. Okay, perfect, so that works. So yes, we're getting a signal of yes, meaning that it's outputting a 1, which you can see here in our logic reader. That logic reader is then the compare unit is then comparing this one to this one and determining that, guess what, 1 equals 1, and therefore the batch writer is then writing that signal of 1 to the grow light, which turns it on. It's not that complex if you understand the basics of these sort of logic circuits. God knows I didn't when I first started playing this game, so if it's a little overwhelming, don't worry. Slow it down, play it yourself, watch it back a few times, and I promise you it will start making sense. In other news, the temperature in this room is up to a balmy -4 degrees. Yeah, that's improved. Honestly, I'd say we're doing pretty well. Once we dump that furnace gas in there, it's gonna really help push it up a little bit further. I just don't want to dump 200 degrees Celsius carbon dioxide into this room. That would be inadvisable. And hey, we have some seeding plants. Awesome. Okay, let's just do a quick health check on these guys. Put that in the old hands. So you're currently growing 94%. You've received 220% the darkness you need. Okay, so 1 nighttime worth of darkness is more than enough to make up for the fact that they're going to get too much light. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this a lot. Okay. Let's turn that on. Start pushing that up. Because remember, this one isn't affected. Right now, we're illuminating the floor over there. But we will shortly get some more grow lights and some more hydroponic space set up. I might have to do some mining, but first I think we need to eat. Okay, so I just want to check here. So our ideal... okay, it's currently 30°C in here. It's pretty warm. We're going to want to strip out some of that heat. What temperature is the water? 'Cause I did have the pipe heater running for a bit. Ah, it's the water that's gotten too warm. Okay, cool. Let's go turn off that pipe heater. Someone did literally warn... Oh, I brought the cartridge with me. Whoops. Someone did warn me about this exact issue. So, thank you for your warnings. I think maybe something... Oh god, this thing's gonna get broken. I think something maybe we do want is a, another scrubber. Just to pull some gas out of that room. What's the temperature in here? -4. Okay, yeah, I think what we want to do is just scrub some gas out of that room. And that will help. You know, reduce the volume so that the, we'll pull out, like, the oxygen and all the other crud we don't actually want. Okay, so... yeah, we'll eat soon, buddy. Just breathe. Or rather, don't, I guess. I don't know. We need to make... We need to make... I'm stalling out. Okay, give me some more cable coils while my brain works. Ah, there we go. Worked it out. We need to open this. Because we want some more hydroponics bays. We want a scrubber. And we want some pipes to run the scrub stuff out. And some filters. So start me off with the scrubber. Portable scrubber. I know it's not perfect. I know we could do this automated. I know. But this works. It works well enough. And that's all I care about right now. Okay, we're going to keep hacking together solutions until we've got enough breathing room to, like, actually eat food. And then we will worry about the rest of it. This thing takes Invar? What the heck? And solder? What the heck? This thing's expensive. Okay, just making one of those then. Alright, never mind. I'm coming around to the other camp. This is comically prohibitively expensive. Okay, what else are we going to need to make this work? We're going to need the filters. We're going to need a tank connector kit. I don't know which filters we need just yet. We're going to need another large battery. Actually, 2 more large batteries and a battery charger. I think I have another battery charger. Somewhere in the pile. Okay, we know we want to scrub out oxygen. Because the... Actually, let's make a medium filter. Let's do oxygen. We know we want to scrub out the oxygen. Because the plants are going to produce a lot of it. And I think there might be some volatiles and stuff in there, but we can filter that out using like the other filters we've got lying around. Right now we just want 2 heavy-duty oxygen filters. And then what we're going to do is filter this oxygen just straight back in to the pipe network. And this is going to provide warm oxygen to our base. So we hopefully will now be able to produce all of our own oxygen. We won't have to use Europa oxygen from this point forward. There was a lot of stuff in there, huh? Oh, let's go check on our solder. We should definitely just keep an eye out for that. I have a feeling it's going to come through pretty soon. Hey, it's ready. Perfect. Okay, nice. We can automate that. We can set it up to the point where, like, you know, as soon as the furnace reads that it has a activate signal present, you can just make it open it up, because that means that the ingot is ready. That's something we can absolutely do if we feel that we need to. We have more solder now, which is really nice. In fact, we're going to need that for the battery anyway, I think.
Cognition low.
Oh, we dead? I think we dead. Alright, well. Time for the second clone. Pop all that off. Turn that off. And prepare. Hold on, I think we're gonna take a bold walk out into the wide world of Europa. This guy probably doesn't have to die. I think we have enough food. But this is much more dramatic. This is a YouTube video, okay? Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. Yeah, just like that. Like that. Fall asleep, sweet prince. You will be missed. Ah. The violence of birth never really changes, does it? Born into a world without anime, where the sun doesn't shine, and it's always screaming or something. I can't remember the Moist Critical lyrics. Let's put this away. And let's briefly expose ourselves to a low-pressure environment, as one does. Put on my hat. We're going to try and do that never again. It's always a bit stressful. Okay, especially for the participants in this regard, I think. Okay, make me the thing. At least death doesn't have consequences or anything. Right? Okay, here we go. We are in the room. We can now place down all of our good things. I think we're going to want one of these. We're going to want one of those, one of those, one of those. And you know what? This might be time we can strip out the radiators. It's warm enough in here, or we can just move them further down, I guess. Let's pop these off. Just like so. And we can run our hydroponics in this place instead. Oh, I see, my mistake. I actually can't do this just yet because this needs to connect up this way. Okay, we will also no longer need... We're also no longer going to need these vents or this here pipe because we're going to just do this with the filter. This isn't ideal. It's really not. This is, again, temporary. But there's nothing more permanent than temporary on this series. So don't stress about it too much, okay? You're going to give yourselves an aneurysm, and then I'm going to feel bad. We could also do... Hold on. We do want to equalize that water temperature a little bit, so let's do that for now. Then, next step. What's the next step here, gamers? Oh, we have seeds. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. Seed me. You got seeds? You got corn. You got potato. Okay, no seeds just yet. Let's actually have a quick... Oh, I didn't bring my analyzer. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now then is this. We're going to want this tank connector right there. We're going to want a output going this way. Let's save some valuable pipe. We'll do one like this. And that's just going to go and become part of the filtration network. Okay, then let's set up our scrubber. We're going to wrench him down. Wrench him real good. Just like so. Perfect. Oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. We need to we need to rotate that. That's not going to cut it. We can give it one of these, and we can get it working so long. No reason not to. Suck out all the oxygen in here. Look at that. Slurping it right up already. Perfect. And dropping the pressure in here will then allow this thing to put more CO2 back into the room. Or at least that's the dream. High pressure, low temperature CO2. Okay, let's pull this back up. I think it's this one. Yep. And figure out where this thing's going to go. So if it was... Hold on. If it was facing to the left this way, that's facing it behind to the right. We want to face it this way. Oh, that's like the worst way. Oh well. C'est la vie. Good thing we brought extra pipes, I guess. Just like so. So this should then face towards the door. Yes! He's a genius. Okay. Cool. That's pulling through the oxygen, so we should see these reducing slightly. Well, I mean, we know there's oxygen in there, right? Like, quite a bit of it, actually, was pulled out of this room. 7 megapascals in the space is a significant amount. A significant amount. We can also... This will no longer grow seeds, right? No. So let's harvest. That one's growing towards seeding. Okay, I'm going to be pulling this up fairly shortly. Alright, those are both going to get planted. Yeah, thriving towards fruiting. Excellent. You are still seeding. And I'm going to wait till the tomato gets its fruit before we pull it up and some seeds. Alright, this thing is now working. That's great. There are still some other gases in here that I don't know about. We're going to have to... we'll take a look in a moment. Okay, then we're going to want a little battery charger to make this thing function. And honestly, that can just go... right... Well, right here would work. I mean, I don't see why not. We're not really going down there for anything. Okay, very nice. Turn that on. And we're going to leave this on charge and that on charge. And this is the exact same thing I've set up in my other airlocks. It just means if I come in here, I can, if I'm out of battery, I can grab some more. It's good to have a few batteries just sort of scattered about. I hate this cable. We'll move it at some point. Alright, so you're currently off, which is good. Turning you on. It should turn you off if we have another update cycle on the network there. But I don't want to mess up the logic, so we're just going to leave that off. Alright, nice. That's good, that's good. Alright, cool. As the sun rises, we should see that thing turn itself on then. What else am I missing here? We just got to run the pipes, I think. Yeah, okay, so this can all get put back in storage. We don't need it right now. We will need it at some point. We just don't need it right now. And I'm happy. And I'm happy. Okay. Well, what we can do, I suppose, is immediately make sure this goes for a little longer. And, like, it's going to take so long for that large battery to die that by the time we need to swap it out, we'll be back. You know, so I'm really not worried. I suppose we could put the battery charger in the airlock. That makes a lot of sense too, because the door will be open if we're in there. Whatever. I mean, as you can see, I changed this like once an hour. That's still at 88%, and I changed it... When did I start this recording? Let's have a look. I changed it 33 minutes ago. So no, it's maybe once every 3 hours of game time, which is fine. Like, I'm not playing that much. Okay, well, we might as well make another one of these to replace that pipe. I don't see any reason not to. And we should go see if that light's turned itself on, actually. If I turn this off, I should be able to see it through there. I see nothing. Which makes me think it has not turned itself on. We have to go... Maybe I messed up the circuitry by wiring stuff in. Oh, yeah, because I cut the cable. Okay, yeah, I think I broke it. Hold on, this might actually be at temperature now. Let's have a quick look. It's 137 degrees. That's too hot, because most of that's going to be CO2, which is going to get put straight in the system. We should probably set up some automation for that next, I think. That's definitely something that's worth doing. Bit of furnace automation would not hurt. Okay, you are not on. Why are you not on? 1-1, state 1. But on. I think I broke something by, yeah, let's just... I think by manually changing it, I broke it. Oops. Okay, well then what we'll do is the old trick of not getting distracted. God damn it! What we're gonna do is plumb this in. Okay, this is the... Yeah, this is the line that I need to link up to. Right over here. Nice and close. You love to see it. Oh, and snugly hidden away. Want to make sure I'm... yeah, don't have my wrench equipped so I don't accidentally cut into a line I don't intend to. Always important to only cut into lines you intend to. Intentional line cutting. The latest thing on TikTok. Okay, cool. That's done. So we should see the pressure in there plummet. And yes, it has. Excellent. Now, we can get distracted. So why don't you work? God only knows. Grab me this. This could just be Stationeersing. Okay, cool. So that's now entered an error state. That's what I want to see. So this should reboot it. This is not... this has not rebooted it. Shit. Okay, I think I might have to remove it and put it back on. Turn all you off. Turn you back on. State 1. State 1 is being written to grow light. Yep. On. Yep. That's right. That's right. 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 Okay, cool. So that's the problem. Is this needs to be replaced, I think. Everything else, the logic is working. It's just not working. Okay, we've added quite a bit to the network though. How's the power keeping up? He's doing okay. You know, he's doing okay. We got two batteries still full. And I think we were at we got just over 2, and I think we were just under 2 when I started the episode. So we are gaining power very slowly. And you know what, while I'm here, let's just do this. Pick that up and then put this down. Okay, cool. Now we have lots of hydroponics, which are not working. Okay, there we go. I just had to pull up the math units. I don't know... sorry, the batch writer. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but replacing this has turned this back on. There we go. That's fixed the problem just in time for the sun to set. Alright, well, we should then see it turn itself off. I'm going to quickly go grab some water, because my hydration is, as always, critical. Let's see how our furnace is doing. A lot of chores today. 100C, we're halfway there. Hey, we got corn seeds. Very nice. Alright, let's pick up our corn. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I'm not going to plant the corn just yet. Let me know in the comments what you think the best crop to focus on early is. I mean, I'm sure it's potatoes. They just seem like the simplest. But corn's got pretty good yields. Okay, so the sun is gone. And this mofo's still on. That. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Awesome, it's worked it out. It's worked it out! Yeah! Okay. Let's go, SpongeBob! Okay, cool. We're happy. We're happy with that. Let's have a quick look at the gas composition in this room. So, a little bit of nitrogen, a little bit of X, nothing to worry about, really. And a tiny bit of O2, which is getting constantly sucked up by this bad boy and being fed into our network, which is awesome. Okay, cool. We will come in here at some point. We can just do it right. We can do it right now. We'll come in here with some nitrogen and pollutant filters and just scrub that. But I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. We can also do a quick filter check. 98, 98, 93, 95, 97, 100, 86, 91, 91, 83. I'd like to just show you something. We are currently at... Oh, damn, this is only the current playtime. I think the world playtime's at around 16 hours now. If not a little bit more. Can I see that here? No, unfortunately not. But that does indicate, right, that, like, the system works completely fine. Unless you're putting in, like, a 40-hour work week playing Stationeers. You don't really have to worry about changing filters. So I'm still a little salty. Can you tell? Can you tell? Yeah, let's do the pollutants. So watching it get all slurped up is very satisfying to me. Oh, there it goes. And the temperature is indeed dropping as we add more and more CO2 to this room. So it is currently over what the plants are comfortable with, but that's okay. It will drop. There we go. The X is plummeting. We're going to vacuum all that X out. I think it's because I spray painted something in here like an idiot. Oh, no, I've got a cat on my keyboard. Oh, he's turned off my thing. Oh, okay, cool. He's opened the helmet in the past, so this is a nice change of pace. Thank you for sparing me. Okay, cool. We're happy with that. Then I think we put back in nitrogen filter. Do the same thing. The tiny, tiny molecular fraction of nitrogen in here is being siphoned out. And that's just because I know there's going to be some CO2 purists among you, who are going to want to see this in a much more comfortable light. Okay, awesome. And I think what we need to do tomorrow is go out and mine up a bunch of ice to cool down this water, because that'll bring the room temperature down a hell of a lot faster than that little trickle of gas will. Okay, I think that's all the N2 out of the airlock. We get everything in here too? It looks like we did. Alright, nice. It looks like with 2 filters, it filters the oxygen faster. I wonder if that's a mechanic or if that's just observation bias there. Is it worth it to plant the corn, gang? Let me know. I'm going to eat some of this corn, but you let me know if it's worth it to plant the corn. I should probably build a fridge at some point, huh? Also, put that back before we forget. Put that back before we forget. Corn? We now have 3 corn seeds. Hey! Very nice. Very nice. Alright, and I'll put the... We should have a little, like, fridge next to our, Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. We should have a little fridge next to our microwave. That'd be cute, right? We can move this to over here, and then have a little fridge. Yeah, that'll be adorable. Alright, we also need some lights in here, man. It is very dark. But this, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go mine some ice, crush it up, and get on our merry way. First I am going to slurp down some juicy, juicy water. Or actually, you know what? That's what I would have said if this wasn't the natural endpoint for this video. I think we've done a lot today. We set up our hydroponics, what do you call it, like light system so that this works now, which is really cool, to be honest. I'm very happy with this. We have significantly expanded our ability to grow food. We have sorted out the oxygen problem in this room, albeit temporarily, but it's a very long-term temporary solution. These scrubbers work very well, in my opinion. We're happy with the temperature in this room. This room is a bit of a problem. We'll get some ice to fix it. And I'm about to lose electricity for the day, so it's a really good time for me to do this, to sign off here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I've had a lot of fun. I will do a little mining off camera, I think, get us some more resources, and then next time we're going to get into the trading, because apparently that's quite involved. So I will see you all then. Cheers. Oh, wait, no. Leave me your ideas for trading. What do I need to do? Please tell me, because God knows I have no idea. Okay, now I'll see you all next time. Cheers. And of course, a huge thank you to our channel members and patrons for this month. Couch Potato, The Senate, Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Riley David, LCG Canyon Sahar, Knee Cruncher, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Not K Arthur, Cut Beef Go Ham, Jack Smallman, Rivo, Adachi, I'm Alpha, King, Alan Osella Chair, Hair, Ragnar Skull Crew, Raija, Rob, Depoyo 44, Pratham Parush, Sleep Deprived Sam, Badass Beast, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Mo Romans, Officer C4, Yan the Pan, Pyro, Kilithaza, Eve Roxanne, Kodiak, Dimitri Liako, CCMD, Wedgie FRG, Lunar Shots, Darky, Hedrick Ebert, Black Omega 9, The Emperor, Dennis Feros, Big Bird 18th, Josh Thompson, Chad Farista, Mermix 42, and Millennium Dawn. You guys all rock. Honorable mention to the fact that the siren works! Yay! The lights turned on, and the countdown timer is counting down in half seconds until the storm hits. We've got about 10 minutes, so you're going to get about 12 minutes timing, it seems. But there you go. That's the basics. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.